Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well this morning, having a fabulous day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Guys, let's get straight into it. It is match day, and we are leading up to the match between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest, which will be live tonight, obviously, on Stretford Post. I'll be doing a watch-along, of course, guys. Looking forward to it, of course. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Now, guys, look, let's get straight into it in regards to Manchester United. And look, there's been a lot of conflicting stories around. As I said yesterday, there's been stories about Man United going to spend money on this player, Man United going to spend money on that player, Man United are going to save money. But I just wanted to firstly speak about the youth team. The youth team lost, unfortunately, in the semi-finals of the FA Youth Cup on penalties to Aston Villa. Unfortunately, I felt Man United dominated the game, but just couldn't get it over the line, unfortunately. But there you go. But there's a lot of promising signs in regards to that. Youth football is a little bit unpredictable at times. You don't know who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. I mean, you can never tell, can you really? But what I would say is that, yeah, congratulations to them and unlucky. And that is cup football at the end of the day. But speaking of Manchester United and the Premier League tonight, we do have Nottingham Forest tonight. Some people say it's a dead rubber for Manchester United. It's nothing, is nothing riding on it. I do think there is a lot riding on it. The more we get up that league, the more money we get from, obviously, our position. It's 4 million per position in the Premier League. So we need to obviously try and get up further up that league as we possibly can. So let's get straight into it. In regards to Gyokeres, of course, guys. Gyokeres, who has been linked to Manchester United for a number of months now, if not a year, has been speaking to relatives and family that he would like a move to Manchester United. The move he wants is Manchester United. He has spoken to some fans as well, as seen on some videos, that he would like to move to Manchester United. Manchester United is the team for him. The only issue is, can Manchester United afford Gyokeres, of course? That is the biggest, obviously, the biggest question of the day. I mean, it doesn't really matter if Manchester United cannot get the money, funds for Gyokeres, of course, guys. But, he is interested in moving to Manchester United. I'm sure he would love to move to Manchester United instead of Arsenal. But you know what? It does all depend on the Champions League as well. And if Man United can get in the Champions League, who knows what sort of talent we can attract? Who knows what kind of money we can spend? Who knows, because at the end of the day, Champions League is imperative for Manchester United. We need to be in that competition. We need to be in European competition. And the only way at the moment, realistically, is via the Europa League, of course. Guys, absolutely. Let's read some of your comments, guys. Big up. Sanjay, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Alex. Hope you're doing well. Finally get to watch United today. Absolutely. Proper football is back. Proper football is back. Morning, Shah. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, of course, guys. Absolutely. So that is one thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on. There is going to be some ups and downs and twists and turns in regards to the transfer window. And I think that there will be some surprises in there as well. Gyokeres will be great for Manchester United. I said that all along. Osman, for me, will be great for Manchester United. I've said that all along. I do think that Man United needed an experienced striker, someone who could score goals, not just a young player up and coming, but someone who can score goals, of course, guys. That would be great. Whether they're scouted, if they're ready, if they're fit to play for Man United, if they feel that they're ready to play for Man United, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. Because you know what? There are players out there. There is value in the market. If you look for it, there are strikers out there. Now, one striker that has been mentioned, been doing the rounds over this last 24 hours is this player here. This player here, of course, Lorenzo Lucca. Lorenzo Lucca is an Italian forward who plays for Udinese at the moment. He is 24 years old. He's got 3 caps for Italy. Now, his contract runs out in 2028. He is around 22 million euros, guys. Lorenzo Lucca has been come on the radio over this last week or so, and is someone that we are looking at closely. As we know, Manchester United are looking in Serie A quite a lot at the moment. We're looking at the teams around and Udinese and the Atalantas of this world. We're looking at because they do produce some good players, in particular good strikers. And Manchester United are no stranger to shopping in Italy, especially with the likes of Dorgu, who came from Lecce, of course, in the January transfer window, of course. So that it is a good centre forward, just a centre forward. He's a right footer. He is interested. He's capturing the interest from West Ham. So not great big teams are interested in him, but there is obviously interest in the player from West Ham United. He has caps for Italy, so that is no mean feat as well. So Lucca is a player that will be is more like a bargain, isn't it? It's more like a punt, if you ask me, in regards to a risk-taking sort of transfer. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but he might be the main man for Man United. And you know what? You never know how good these players are. I've always said that there are players out there that you can get that are good enough, but we just don't know of them. We don't know about their skill set, so to speak. And he would be a risk. I would say that definitely. But the price isn't as high as people think, 22 million euros. It probably go up to 30, 35 with Man United tax, of course, guys. Absolutely. And Udinese will be rubbing their hands together with Man United being interested in their players, of course, guys. That will be an interesting one going forward, of course, guys. But Lorenzo Lucca is a player that Manchester United have on their radar, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's read some comments. Shah, what's going on? I wonder which position we would buy first. You know what? What I would say is that as long as it's a position, Shah, that we need and we are desperate at the moment, like a striker, like a right wing back, someone like that, I would be happy with. Definitely. If Man United went out and purchased a Frimpong, for example, and an Osimhen or a Gyokeres, I think that would be great for Man United. I think that would be very good for Man United. We do need other positions, of course. We need another defender in there. We need another midfielder in there. Need another number 10 in there. Are we going to get all the deals done? I mean, we probably will get all the deals done, but a lot of them will be players that we're not familiar with, and are young players that are potential as well. Good morning, EC. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. It will be heartbreaking. Gyokeres goes to Arsenal. It would be, Pearl. Absolutely, it would be, and it would improve Arsenal as well. What we need to look at is that we need to look at how we are going to improve, because if Arsenal go out and sign Gyokeres, if they get a Zubamendi, they're going to go up. They're going to improve, right? And that is more or less facts, right? So if we end up getting these players from various places that, are either young, look, we don't know how good a Lucca is, or we don't know how good these players are. But if we get these type of players, where Arsenal get Gyokeres and Zubamendi, and Liverpool are getting other players as well, good players as well, then you would say that Man United are not going to are not going to catch up on the gap. Mind the gap, so they say. So, I would say that Man United need to sign some experience in there, some players who can do it now, not who are going to do it in 5 years. I don't think any Man United supporter out there wants to throw away 5 years of football. I don't think they want to do that. I don't think Man United fans are patient enough to wait 5 years. We're Man United, you know what I mean? We're the biggest club in England, definitely one of the biggest clubs in the world. We shouldn't be waiting 5 years to watch football, of course, to challenge the titles, of course. Shah, no offense to Italian Peter Crouch. Is he mobile enough to run down the channels for what? I mean, I don't know, Shah. Look, at the end of the day, he's skillful. He's not a Peter Crouch, Shah. I don't think he's a Peter Crouch. Or, although Peter Crouch did score goals, you know what I mean, if we're being honest. But he's more of a presence up front. I feel like he's a presence up front. He's someone that can hold the line. I think he's better than Weghorst, of course. Of course, Lucca is 6'7", so people are going to automatically think about Lucca as this Peter Crouch kind of player. I don't know. I don't think so. He's got 3 caps for Italy. He's good. He can control. He's skillful. And he can cause a handful in the box. And I think that's something that we've missed. We missed a little bit of presence up front. For me, as I've said, I've always said that I want Osimhen or I want Gyokeres. Someone like that who can get goals for Manchester United. Ekitike, I'm not too sure about. The price tag is going to be higher. There was quotes of 80 million, wasn't there, in regards to Ekitike. So let's wait and see what happens. But Lucca what I would say to you guys is that Lucca's a cheap option. in regards to strikers. He's going to be 30 odd million. But, you never know. It might work. You never know. It might do. Although I do think that Man United need someone who is, without doubt proven. Of course. Good morning, UK. Darren, how you doing? United will win 3-1 tonight. We need to go into the Lyon games on form. Absolutely agree with you, Darren. It's so important that Man United win today and get into some kind of momentum, even just moving up that league and just looking at the league at the moment, it doesn't fill you with confidence. So, we need to move up that league and go into that Lyon game with confidence, of course, guys. It is a 67% chance that Man United will go through against Lyon, according to Data Index and Opta Index. If you are interested in that, of course, there is a 67% chance that we will go through against Lyon. But I would say that if we win tonight, it would be a big win for Man United. And I honestly feel that we're going to win. My prediction was 2-1 to Man United. 3-1 would be lovely. That was my prediction. And I hope Man United win the game. And that is all I care about. And I think they will. I think when Man United are up against it, when they play these type of teams that we're expected to struggle against, we seem to do well. I don't know what it is. We probably would struggle more at Old Trafford if we're playing Nottingham Forest than we would at the City ground, for example, which is a little bit weird. Do you know what I mean? Because Old Trafford used to be this fortress. It isn't anymore, of course. Big up, Darren. Good morning, Sal. My prediction 3-1. Another 3-1. There you go. I would take that all day long, Kenny. I still believe that we can get Gyokeres after winning Europa. If we win the Europa, Kenny, it brings a whole new dimension to our transfer window. You know what? We'll be confident. Other players will be attracted to United as well, because the view of Man United lifting the Europa League to other players around Europe and say, well, Man United are coming back. Man United, you know what? Man United could be back very soon. I want to get involved in that project. They're winning European trophies. They won't look at the fact that we're like 10th or 13th, whatever we are. They will look at the fact that we won the Europa League and Man United are going to be in the Champions League. And I think that would be a huge boost to Manchester United's summer transfer window. And I think that if we win this Europa League, I think that, you know what, one of the greatest moments over the last, since Alex Ferguson left, I think the greatest moment was when Man United won the Europa League with Jose Mourinho in 2017, because that season we didn't qualify for the Champions League, but we ended up qualifying via the Europa League. And it was a good feeling, wasn't it? It was a good feeling. And I want to bring that back. That would be great if we can bring that back. And it's not going to be easy. Of course, Athletic Bilbao are the favourites for the tournament. They are the favourites for the tournament. And let me bring this into you guys. If you don't mind, I'm going to bring this into you in regards to the odds on the Europa League this season, of course. These are the odds on the teams. Athletic Bilbao have a 24% chance of winning the Europa League. Manchester United have a 22% chance of winning Europa League. So, you know what? Athletic Bilbao are a huge threat to Man United's aspirations of winning Europa League, in my opinion. Definitely. Tottenham Hotspur 80%. Lazio, I think that's a little bit low, but you know what I mean. This is from Polymarket. 11% and Lyon 7%, guys, to win the Europa League. Look, guys, as I said before, Athletic Bilbao will be the team that will cause us the most amount of threat, of course, in my opinion. And we have to obviously properly play Athletic Bilbao. Athletic Bilbao play Glasgow Rangers, of course, or Rangers as they're known these days, in the quarterfinals of Europa League. I fully expect Athletic Bilbao to go through in that game. I really hope Rangers do go through, but I fully expect that Athletic Bilbao will go through in that game, my friends. And, we'll end up playing Man United or Lyon if Man United manage to defeat Lyon. I think Man United will defeat Lyon, but it's not going to be as easy as people think. We'll probably squeeze through over two legs, in my opinion. But, yeah, definitely need to win anyway. And you never know what will happen if we defeat Lyon. The semi-final, it's a semi-final at the end of the day, guys, of course. Triple M, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Big up. Last day of Eid until the next Eid. Eid Mubarak to you all. Eid Mubarak, Triple M. I hope you had a great day, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic time. Shah, Kennedy, I don't think we would because we'll start spend in July because of the new financial year, while Arsenal will spend in June. Big up, Shah. United need to act fast or we lose. Snooze, you lose. Absolutely facts. Big up, Kenny. Big up, my friend. Big up yourself, Sal, and everyone in the chat. Big up, Fanative8. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. I think we win 1-0. Forest have the fourth or best defence in the league. They have a very good defence. And speaking of defence as well, I was speaking about the Europa League. Athletic Bilbao have a very good defence, guys. So and Lyon. So we're going to have to, you know what, we're not very good at good defences, to be honest with you. But let's wait and see what happens, of course, guys. Absolutely. Good morning, Fan. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Guess who's back? Absolutely. Kenny, we can beat Lyon. Just need to lose. They just lost to Strasbourg 4-1. Yeah. I think Man United will go through against Lyon. I mean, Lyon, look, you know what? I don't deal with absolutes. I know that football's different every game you go. And every game you go, it's a bit like Man United defeating Man City away from home, or drawing with Liverpool 2-2, or defeating Arsenal with 10 men, but then go and lose 3-0 to Bournemouth. You know, football's funny, isn't it? And you know what? I would say that the Europa League is also on Lyon's mind. Lyon are 10th, I believe, in the French league, League One, I believe. So they're not doing particularly well. But what they would be doing is just like Manchester United, they'd be looking at that Europa League as a chance to qualify for the Champions League. Everyone wants it the same as Manchester United, you know, and that is what we have to be wary of. They might be preparing for this game. You know, they're not bothered about the league now. They might be like us. They're not bothered about the league. Well, we are bothered about the league, but when it's not like, you know, the most important thing at the moment is winning Europa League, of course, which is for us. So at the end of it, you never know. But I do think that, having said that, Man United will win the Europa League. Will win. I'm not going to jump there. Will win the game against Lyon and go through over 2 legs, of course. Absolutely. My only concern is the break may affect our momentum. Can't even think of a score before the break. I would call it 3-1 score. Called it 3-1 score. Man United got into a nice little bit of run of form, didn't they, before the international break? And the international break was a very long international break, where it feels that long because we also had the FA Cup. I don't know why there were no Premier League games on Saturday. It doesn't make any sense for me. I think Man United should have played on Saturday. But we're going to play tonight, and let's bring it on. You know what I mean? And, hopefully we carry on that momentum. Hopefully we can keep that momentum that we had somewhat over this before the international break, of course, guys. Absolutely. Shah, we have more chance of versus City than Nottingham Forest and Newcastle. It depends, Shah. I do believe Man United have a chance at the City ground. I think Man United at Old Trafford are a little bit of a problem at the moment. I think that Man United can defeat Nottingham Forest away from home. Newcastle and City are not performing this season, so yeah, probably, maybe, you know. But City is a derby, and Newcastle we haven't done too well over the years, you know, especially at St James's Park and at Old Trafford, you know. So I would say that Man United are going to win tonight. I'm confident Man United are going to win tonight. Absolutely. Big up, Acid. What's going on, my friend? Absolutely good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing good. 6 wins, Sal. I'm confident. I hope so, fan. All I can say to you, mate, is I hope so. That would be lovely. You know what I mean? If Man United go on a nice win, more the merrier. If we can win all the games we have left, let's do it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's going to be incredibly difficult. And we have to rely on teams above us now to lose points, which is going to be difficult because, you know, a lot of them are not going to drop that many points now. We've left ourselves with a month to go, guys. You know what I mean? I've seen Man United lose an 8-point lead in April from, you know what I mean, in regards to the league title. You know, 8 points is about maximum you can lose. But, you know, starting to 10 and 11 and 15 points, it starts to get a little bit treacherous. But as we said, the Europa League can go down to 10 places if all results go the way that predicted. I mean, it can do. It is possible it can go down to 10 places. So Man United is quite possible. Man United could be 10th and qualify for Europe. It is a long shot, but you never know. Of course. Can we get back-to-back wins in the Premier League first time this season? Absolutely. I hope so. Absolutely. So, who do you personally want out of Gyokeres and Delap? Gyokeres, mate. Gyokeres, absolutely. I don't see nothing in Delap to say to me that he's going to improve Manchester United right now. I see a lot in Gyokeres that is going to improve Manchester United, a lot, which includes goal scoring. Delap is more of a number 10. And I would say that Gyokeres is more of a striker. You know, so I would say that Gyokeres will improve Manchester United. Delap is a little bit overrated at the moment. I would tell that. Decent, but not. He's not really pulling Ipswich out of the doldrums like a great player would do. Do you know what I mean? He's got potential, but we got potential. We got Ahmad. Is Delap better than Ahmad? Is he better than Garnacho? Let's be honest here, guys. Let's be real. You know, one's an Argentinian international. One hasn't even had a cap for England or wherever he's from. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so we have to see in regards to that. Irfan, are everyone fit? And what is that possible lineup? I mentioned a possible lineup yesterday, of course. It is a full lineup for Manchester United. I'm going with Dorgu as a left wing back. I'm going with Maguire. Of course, Euro isn't fit yet, and he is out. And of course, we do have Aiden Heaven, who's not fit. Obviously, not going to be back yet. We're not going to rush Aiden Heaven back, but we will have Maguire, De Ligt, and Mazraoui in defence. With the right wing back will be Dalot. In midfield, I think it will be Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes. Number 10, and the two number 10s will be, for me, will be Garnacho and Mainu with Højlund up front. That is the team that I picked yesterday. Absolutely. Sal, apparently there will be a sit-in at Old Trafford versus City playing 1958 group. Yeah, they're copying me. I did say that, guys, a few weeks ago that Man United need to organise a sit-in. People think that's nothing. What it is, Liverpool organised the sit-in. Guys, Liverpool organised the sit-in and it worked for them. And the reason it works is because it causes the authorities a lot of problems getting people out of the stadium. It costs them money. And when it costs you money, in regards to electricity, in regards to staff, that is when they're going to start getting annoyed and start saying this needs to change and stuff like that. If it happens once, it's not going to be much of an effect, but you have to do it every single game at Old Trafford. You have to do that. But, you know, I think it's good. At least it's better than nothing at the end of the day, guys. Two little birds on my doorstep singing Francisco is my message. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Bob Marley. Yeah, the Bob Marley, two little birds. Absolutely. Stop getting obsessed about players who don't play for Man United at the moment. Let's stop making songs about players who don't play for Man United at the moment. Let's wait and see what happens. You know what I mean? We could be singing two little birds at our doorstep and he signs for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Let's not do that. Let's not go there. Let's not put the juju on us. Apparently, Liverpool fans managed to get George Gillette and Tom out of their club with sitting. Yes, Shah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know what I mentioned it weeks ago. Guys, you've been watching the show. I mentioned it weeks ago about the sitting. And I did say that Liverpool, it worked for Liverpool. You know what I mean? And it worked well, you know, and because it caused Liverpool a lot of problems. It cost them a lot of money. Getting those people out of the stadium, you know what I mean? If they're not moving, they can't physically move them out of the stadium. You know what I mean? It's assault. So, they did well. Can Man United do it? But can Man United do it consistently? You know what I mean? Can Man United do it consistently? Let's wait and see what happens, of course, guys. I'm looking, I mean, hopefully it works for them. 1958 have got a lot of work to do. They've been under a lot of criticism recently, of course, basically... people are saying that they've done nothing, you know, and stuff like that. Sitting on Sunday, Monday, new stadium images again. Absolutely, Shah. New players linked with Man United, stuff like that. Spin, isn't it, Shah? Spin. That is what it is at the end of the day. Absolutely, Sal. Gyokeres is a straight walk into side a team and banging goals and used to the Amorim system. I don't consider Usman closer to Gyokeres. United should be all over Gyokeres. They should do, Asif. And what will help Man United at the moment? Look, if Gyokeres signed for Arsenal, it will improve Arsenal tenfold, wouldn't it? You know, Man United need to get this deal. It will be a huge boost to Man United. And he wants to come to Man United. He said to his family and friends he wants to sign for Man United. Right, this is what I'm hearing from my sources. He wants to come to Man United. So Man United need to make a move. Whether Man United can afford it, look, hopefully we're going to get rid of Anthony. Hopefully we're going to get rid of Marcus Rashford. Hopefully that money can go towards a good striker. You know, we're losing Eriksen, we're losing Lindelof. You know what I mean? We're losing Evans. Those are coming off the wage bill. Casemiro might leave as well. He's coming off the wage bill. So we might have some room to maneuver, you know what I mean, to buy a right wing back and to buy another midfielder as well. So let's see what happens. Shah, why don't 1958 invite the fan channels? Because 1958, for example, there's some fan channels out there, Shah, that are giving fan channels a bad name. Now, I've been mentioned around Twitter and that I don't, that people have given me a buy. They think that I'm not giving Man United a bad name. Because I always try to be positive. People who know me, I'm always, you know, I know my stuff about Man United, and I'm not one of those fake fans that's just profit off Manchester United for personal gain, you know, and I don't like criticizing our club. I don't. A lot of these fan channels do. So a lot of the fan channels are giving themselves a bad name. And that is why 1958 don't want to get involved with the fan channels. I do believe that, you know what, they have to broaden their horizons a little bit. I think they have to look at the ones that are doing it, I will get involved in it. Absolutely. I'll spread it around the UAE. Absolutely. The 1958. Absolutely. I'll put up banners outside the Man City mega store. Do you know what I mean? I would do, but the thing is that, a lot of these fan channels have given Man United fans, they're giving themselves a bad name. They're giving other fan channels a bad name at the end of the day. I'm a Manchester United channel. I'm not a fan channel. I'm a Manchester United channel. And, that is what I am, a football Manchester United channel. And I take this very seriously. Do you know what I mean? And I like to hear people's opinions. These guys, there's a lot of people out there who are just in it for personal gain. And we all know who they are. I've mentioned them 100 times. But, they don't love Man United like I do, like we do, of course. And a lot of them are just there to get clout, basically. So do you think the Glazers will still be at United after the new stadium is built? Yeah, mate. Honestly, Darren, I think they will be. I think they'll be profiting off the area, the regeneration project, the hotels, the restaurants, cinemas, you name it. There will be everything in that regeneration project. Obviously, real estate as well. They're going to be profiting a lot of that, and I think they will stay. I honestly do. I don't think that Ineos. I think Ineos and the Glazers are closer than we think. I really do. I mean, I hope they prove me wrong. They go on to prove me wrong, and they go on to buy the club fully and invest in the club. But at the moment, what I'm looking at the moment is a vanity project that is more focused towards business than the football pitch. And that is when we get into treacherous grounds in regards to the fan base, because we want success on the football pitch. As I said many times, I couldn't care less if we play at Hackney Marshes. I don't care as long as we're getting success on the football pitch. I think Man United's biggest priority should be that. That has been the biggest problem at the moment. Old Trafford is a problem, and it is rusting, but it is not the main problem that we have at the moment. At the end of the day, it is the football pitch, what goes on there. And I think Man United need to build a winning football team before all that. But obviously, the regeneration project and the stadium are going to be built. The Glazers are involved, which is like the Glazers stayed. The Glazers wrote a letter, didn't they, to Manchester Council about the stadium plans, and it's just recently been, exposed. The deal hasn't been approved yet, by the way. The whole stadium hasn't had the go-ahead yet. So it could still be rejected. Let's wait and see, of course. Absolutely. Waiting for Here We Go on this channel. Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. He will be here soon, Paul. Don't worry about that. Working with Ben Jacobs. I worked with Ben Jacobs. Those who saw the interview with Ben Jacobs yesterday, great interview, of course. He spoke a lot about, go and check it out if you haven't seen it. Ben Jacobs and Fabrizio are friends. I've spoken to Fabrizio Romano last summer in regards to coming on the show, but it's all about timing. Hopefully I can get him in the transfer window in the summer. Will be really good for the channel, and hopefully I can. I've got the contact, so let's see what happens, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get him on the channel. And I've had Ben Jacobs, I've had obviously James Robson on the channel as well, amongst others. And let's see what happens. Obviously, Jamie Jackson came on the channel. Jamie Jackson might be on the channel again in a few days, hopefully. So let's wait and see, of course. The Glazers will stay here for another 10 years. It's sickening, Shah, when you say that. It's sickening, but it might be true, isn't it? It might be true, but it doesn't fill me with any joy and any enthusiasm reading that. It's horrible. New job under Glazers means a lifetime, and Glazers not. Asif, you're not wrong, mate. And to be honest with you, bro, it is a bit damning because the stadium brings a new lease of life, doesn't it, Asif? And then when we think about the Glazers, right, and we think about the family of the Glazers, that they are the sort of leeches, worms, maggots, bacterial infection that will go down from generation to generation. So their seeds will have Manchester United passed down to them. That is scary. That's scary. But it seems like a very, very real possibility. Just like Malcolm Glazer passed the buck to his sons, I think that the Glazers, Joel Glazer, etc., will pass the club down to their siblings as well. I believe that. And this is a big issue that we're having. This is why we need the Glazers gone out of the football club completely. That would have been perfect, of course, guys. But we got to keep fighting the fight, and we see what happens, of course. Sal, would you accept brown envelopes from Ratcliffe to always say positive things about him and the work? I've never said positive things about Ratcliffe, and no, I would not accept brown envelopes, Matata. Absolutely not. I care about my football club. I don't need their brown envelopes, to be honest. Absolutely not. Chelsea sold their women's team for 128 million to fix their PSR issue. Todd Bowles is always looking for loopholes to create winning team. He previously sold hotels and car parks. Spot on, Almac. And this is what I'm saying. Excuses, excuses, excuses from Ineos. I'm tired of excuses. There is a way around PSR. There is a way around FFP. There's a way around it. But they just don't want to have a way around it. Because if they have a way around it, right, that means they have to spend money on players, and they don't want to do that. This is the thing. They lose their excuse. So basically, FFP, PSR is the Glazers and Ineos' magic excuse that they can throw out there for us, and we suck it in and we believe it and stuff like that. That is what it is at the end of the day. And it's disgusting. You know what I mean? That someone like Todd Bowley, who's just come into the country, can twist the FFP and the PSR. But we're like, oh, you know what? It's going to be difficult. Or, we vote PSR and FFP. No, and I'm tired of it, to be honest, because at the end of the day, they're a bunch of liars and manipulators, and they couldn't care less about Man United on the football pitch. I really don't. I really don't think he knows much about football, Jim Ratcliffe. I don't. I think he's a bit clueless about football. Business side, brilliant. Yeah, he's good at business for himself and his company. But in regards to football and what happens on the football pitch, I don't think he's very good. Glazers sending this out. Not just Glazers, Ineos must go as well. I agree, Shah, absolutely. So, morning, brother. Big up, Grayo. What's going on, brother? Hope you're well. Please, everyone, can you smash the likes and subscribe? We're headed towards 10,000 subscribers. Have a great day, bro. Thank you so much, Grayo. Hope you have a very, very good day. Thank you for your support. Yes, we are almost on 10,000 subscribers, guys. Really, really close. We're literally like 9,400. We need another 600 subscribers to get to 10,000. Can we do it by April, guys? It is April. It is April. Can we do it by the end of April? Guys, April Fool's Day. Hopefully there's no fools today in regards to Man United not in the Forest. Only fool is not in the Forest. We hope, of course. Guys, morning legend. Big up, big up, big up, of course. Protests have gone down again after a few good performances and New Trafford. Look, unfortunately, Asif, we don't have a ruthless fan base. I would say that our fan base are really, really soft. And let me tell you something. Man United fan base and the firm of Manchester United used to be one of the most feared in the world, right? It used to be. At the moment, it seems like we get excited by little shiny new toys and a little PR campaign on YouTube, and that's it. We'll shut up. And that is what it is. This is something that we need to move away from, and we need to get back to the ruthlessness that made Manchester United a feared fan base. You know what I mean? All those days. Nowadays, you go to Old Trafford, you got Fred the Red, you got all the family, and that's great. It's a family atmosphere. That's great. But we've really lost a little bit of edge in regards to who we are, in my opinion. And I think that, we need to be scary again. And to be scary again, we need to be, fix the mentality in the fan base. We shouldn't be easily persuaded. We shouldn't get giddy over little shiny new things. We should wait until people prove themselves, because exactly like the Jim Ratcliffe situation, everyone was like, oh, Jim, born and bred. Man doesn't know nothing about Manchester United. It's pretty obvious. He doesn't. He stutters and everything. And, he's got these pre-record, these, created questions for him so that he can answer the questions easier. Whereas there was 99 questions given to him recently, and not one of those questions have been answered. Do you know what I mean? And there you go. Disgusting. Kenny, Ineos got to find a way to raise some funds for signings. I may have hate Chelsea, but they are a good run. Mate, one thing they've got is they've got Todd Bowley, and Todd Bowley's smart. Right, and Todd Bowley wants success on the football pitch. Look, he spent $1 billion at Chelsea in a year. He spent $1 billion at Chelsea, and he's still going after. He's still signed Quenda this season already, and the other fella from Sporting Lisbon. He still signed those players. It's ridiculous how we are compared to them, of course. Absolutely. Sal, will you stream later tonight or straight watch along? I would do straight to the watch along, Matata. Yes, no point doing a chatter box today, but I will go straight to the watch along tonight, Matata. Absolutely. Bilal, morning, Sal. What's up? And what's the news? Scroll back, Bilal. Absolutely. I've spoken the news already, my friend. Scroll back, you'll find out. Don't forget to smash that like and write a comment. Thank you, guys. Big up, Bilal. Shah, I wonder why you don't see 1958 also include Ineos as part of their Glazer out movement. They are the ones decided in the bed with the Glazer, basically doing the same thing. You know why it is, Shah? Can I tell you why it is? It's because they exposed themselves, because they wanted Ineos, and they don't want to be deemed wrong. They don't want egg on their face, so to speak. They don't want to look like an absolute prat. That's why they didn't want. That's why they don't want to talk about Ineos. They were wrong about Ineos. We were right about Ineos. Qatar full sale should have happened. We know it should have happened. It didn't happen, and Jim Ratcliffe will ultimately fall flat on his face. And I'm going to tell you that right now, because he doesn't care about what happens at this football club, the success of this football club. I'll tell you that right now. He cares about his pockets. He doesn't, when he's in an interview, he doesn't even look at Gary Neville in the eye, because he knows he's lying. He's telling fibs. And what he's done so far is absolutely disgraceful, in my opinion. So, FFP, I understand there is a way to tackle. Absolutely. PSRs like to sell to buy for us at the moment, per Jim Rat. It makes me sick. Why to bring Amorim when the club is under financial crunch? At the end of the day, look, what I would do, Asif, and what you know what I mean, I would just risk it. Man City are under 115 charges. They don't give a damn. Man City don't care. Why are we so scared? Why all of a sudden we're so scared about PSR and stuff like that? It's ridiculous. But then again, Jim Ratcliffe is the problem because of this. He took charge of Man United. If Man United had a full sale, the debt would have been cleared. PSR would have raised, of course, FFP would have raised, we would have been self-sustainable, earning lots of money, and we would have been able to spend money. Unfortunately, Jim Ratcliffe and his vanity project came into the football club and, left us in debt, left us with loads of transfers that still need to be paid, little vanity project, made a little cartoon picture of a stadium that looks like a circus, and then that's it, everyone is all giddy and happy again. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Almac, I noticed that a lot of United channels support Ineos. They don't hold them high. I noticed a lot of United channels support Ineos. They don't hold them to high standards. I don't hold Ineos to high standards. Absolutely not. I don't support Ineos. I support Manchester United, and I support what's best for Manchester United. Now, I wish them the best of luck. I wouldn't say that. I want to be absolute and say that, you know what, I hate them. I hate their guts. I hope they come out of the football, get out of the football club. I wouldn't say that, but what I would say is that they got a lot to prove to us, and they're under fraud watch, of course. You know what I would say. And, they decided to sleep with the Glazers, and the ones who sleep with the Glazers slept with the enemy. And, anyone who's the enemy, a friend of the enemy, is an enemy of us. And we have to remember that, of course. Sal, we never learned from how Abu Dhabi took Man City from a ground to the sky. Qatar would have done the same. Yes, yeah. Arab build things. And the other guy starting with Z destroy things. That's what I would say. Sal, are the only Man United fans weak, or every fan base on Premier League clubs? I think Spanish fans are very demanding. I think Italian fans are very demanding. I think Man United are. I don't think Liverpool would have put up with what we're putting up with at the moment. I don't think Liverpool would have done that. I think Liverpool would have fought tooth and nail. Absolutely. I think Man United fans get excited by little things, and stuff. And a lot of the Man United fans, in particular around the world, they don't really understand Man United. They haven't done their research about Man United. And we have a worldwide fan base that get excited by little things. And unfortunately, that is just the way it is, guys. Guys, let me just read some comments from you. I want to read some comments from Ruben Amorim and his presser, of course. Guys, so let's read this out. Let's go. In regards to Mason Mount is feeling better, but he was on the bench in the last game. Kobe is almost ready, but not ready for this game. Johnny and Aiden are recovering. Licha is out. Maguire is also ready to go for the game. And Euro, yes. So that is good news. There's a lot of players that are back for Manchester United. That's great. That's very good news for Man United going forward. The squad is getting bigger. And in the perfect nick of time, Man United are starting to get players back, which is important for us, of course. He said, basically, Ruben Amorim said, in regards to Marcus Rashford, we have a lot of games to play, and I am focused on my team and my players, and Rashford is not my player at the moment, but every player that performs well on the loan is good news for my club, so I'm happy with that. Look, guys, perform well. Marcus Rashford scored 2 goals against Preston, one of them a penalty. Other than that, he hasn't done nothing for Aston Villa. What is all this revisionism? What is all this? What is this? It makes me laugh, these guys. He hasn't done well at Aston Villa. He's done okay. If he does well, great for Man United. But at the moment, he hasn't done well at Manchester United, in my opinion. He's done average. And Aston Villa fans are told that. Luke is not ready yet. We are starting to doing some drills with the team, but we are building absolutely Luke not ready. Of course, we know Luke's not ready. Luke's never ready. Of course. In regards to Bruno Fernandes, no. In regards to the South, of course, I spoke with Ben Jacobs yesterday. In regards to Bruno Fernandes, no, it's not going to happen. That becoming more competitive is the challenge. I want Bruno here because maybe in the lowest moments of our season, we want to win the Premier League again. So we want the best players to continue with us. Absolutely. In regards to Fernandes, again, he's 29, I think, but he's still so young because he plays 55 games every season, and between assists and goals, he's there for 30 at least. So he's the type of player we want here, so he's not going anywhere. We are in control of the situation, and I feel that he's really happy here, especially because he understands what we want to do. And then I think he is one more supporter of Manchester United. He really feels it. Yeah, and guys, look, one thing about Bruno Fernandes you cannot deny is that he's unwavering love for Manchester United and the fans. And he rang every single fan up who got made redundant, of course, under the disgusting Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos. He rang every single one of those fans up, which is absolutely beautiful. A very, very nice touch, of course. Very good person. In regards to Nuno Espirito, he's done a fantastic job at Nottingham Forest. I'm not surprised. He is a top manager. Absolutely. He's done a fantastic job there. He's come from the doldrums, isn't it? Because his career seemed ended a few years ago, didn't it? In regards to inspiring contracts, we will see. We are not thinking about next season, but we have a lot of things to do. We know that the Europa League can change a lot of things in our club, absolutely. So we are focused on the present, not just on the future. Absolutely. It's just like it's going to change everything. The Europa League is the change of our history. It's the make or break, in my opinion. The make or break, of course. In regards to Ahmad being back, I don't know. I think he's going to play still. He's still playing this season. I don't know when, but we are really confident of that. I think by the end of April, he should be all right, in my opinion. As I said months ago, in regards to Bruno Fernandes, again, sometimes the frustration that you see, that everybody sees and maybe says is not good thing in a captain. It's a sign that he wants this so bad. This is the kind of player that we want, and he is not going anywhere because I've already told him, you're not going anywhere, Bruno. You're staying right here with us, of course, guys. That is what it is. And those are some of the quotes from Ruben Amorim's presser, of course, yesterday. Of course, guys. Big up Darkrow. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Jim Ratcliffe states has never felt true to me. He took over the club 25% of shares just to cut the incentives, lunches, and perks. He was supposed to invest clear debt. He sold the gullible a dream, and the gullible fell for that dream, massive. You know, like little babies, they fell for it. Do you know what I mean? Silly little babies, they fell for it. And at the end of the day, they should have been more astute and more aware of Jim Ratcliffe and these billionaires and these lies. You know, I'm a Manc born and bred. I've been a Man United fan my whole life. Okay, Jim, prove that. Prove to me you've been a Man United fan your whole life. Show me evidence. Show me an old ticket. Show me an old Man United shirt that you wore in the 1980s or the 1970s or the 1930s. You're that old. Show me. Do you know what I mean? Show me that you were a Man United fan. I mean, anything. Because I don't see it anywhere. There's no evidence that you were a Man United fan. Absolutely. Big up, Asif. What a rat has done, invested 50 million into Carrington, isn't supposed to invest in the team's strength. Absolutely. And that was part of the deal already. As if that was already part of the deal. So he had to invest that money anyway, that billion. And that billion he gave to Glazers is gone straight in the Glazers' pocket. You know, at the end of the day, the refurbishment, the development of obviously Carrington was already in the contract. So, but investing in the team is what we care about the most. You know what I mean? These things should go hand in hand. If we had Qatar, the bulldozers will already be out. We'd be building the stadium already. We'd probably stay at Old Trafford. We'd probably manage to build the stadium at Old Trafford rather than having to move. It'd probably look better as well. At the end of it, I'm not sure about the look of the stadium, to be honest with you. But you know what? It is a vanity project. I mean, at the end of the day, what Qatar do and what UAE do and these countries is that they build things and they invest in things. They spend money. They don't worship money. And what's also important is this, in Islam and things like that, they don't believe in interests and things like that. They don't believe in loans and things like that. They spend their own money. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And this is the whole thing, you know, and this is what would have helped with FFP, etc. Bruno, big up Darren. Absolutely. Bruno's going nowhere. Absolutely. Would you sell Martinez? He has had one good season and 2 injury-prone seasons. I prefer to sell him instead of giving him an extension. We have to worry, Mac, about Martinez at the end of the day. We do have to question his injury record. The one thing about Martinez, which you cannot question, is his effort. And that sometimes is his Achilles heel. He does injure himself sometimes. He jumps into challenges that he shouldn't, and he creates injuries for himself. The overriding concern for me is that the continuous injuries that he keeps having now. And, we have to start asking the question, is he injury prone? And we have to start worrying about Licha Martinez, of course. Luckily, we've got Aiden Heaven, who's come in. We've got Yoro, who's come in, Delict. Hopefully, we get another left-sided defense. Obviously, there's talk about Jareth Branthwaite. I'm not too sure about Jareth Branthwaite. We spoke about it yesterday with Ben Jacobs. But he's another one that Man United are interested in, of course. But there are other options out there in Europe and South America that will be a lot cheaper than Jareth Branthwaite, in my opinion, that Man United can bring into the football club. Of course. But I'm really excited about Aiden Heaven. I think Aiden Heaven will be a great player in the future, of course. But we can't put too much pressure on Aiden Heaven at the moment. By the way, how true is the row we want Bruno sell? At the end of the day, what I would say is that there's little to zero chance in Real Madrid but spending 90 million on Bruno. Who are they going to leave out? Rodrigo? Are they going to leave out Mbappe, who drops deep? Are they going to leave out Bellingham? Are they going to leave out Endrick? Look at their team. Look at their team. Who they're going to leave out? Why are they going to spend 90 million? I just think that it's just... I don't know what it is. It's just someone out there just wants to spread rumors about Manchester United at the end of the day. I don't know. And if 90 million is a lot of money for Bruno. I've done a poll. It had 1,000 votes on the poll in regards to Bruno on Twitter. And it had 50-50. 50-50. That means that 50% of people, our fan base, would accept an offer of 90 million for Bruno. I just don't think it's true. I just don't think Man United will sell Bruno. I think it will be very difficult to replace Bruno. There's a lot of players that need to leave before Bruno. Bruno's the only one at the moment who is actually producing for Manchester United. You know what I mean? And he's the only one who's getting us out of a mess. And believe it, he's the one who's going to help us in this Europa League campaign. And, I feel like without Bruno, we won't win the Europa League. With Bruno, we might have a chance at the end of the day. Big up, Asif. But Sal, it's time to start preparing for life after Bruno, as we don't want to ignore a miracle player coming to save us anymore. I agree, Darkro, and you make a good point. I agree, and I've mentioned this many times. We do need to prepare. We do. But I just don't think that right now we should sell our prize asset because we don't have we have a young team. And we don't have an experience around at the moment unless we bring in that player. If we can bring in a Trincao and we can bring in these type of players, then, maybe we'd be more inclined to sell Bruno. But we need replacement. We need experience. We can't just play a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? We don't have much experience in our team, particularly if Casemiro leaves, if Bruno leaves. We'll be a very young team. You know what I mean? And we do need experience in there. We do need players who can do it now. You know what I mean? And unless he's replaced, I think it'd be very risky to sell Bruno. Extremely risky. But I do agree with having to replace him and plan with life after him, of course. How about we sell Maguire at the end of the season? We can bring in Boscali on a free transfer, absolutely, to bring him. Not the greatest defender, but he can excellent on the ball. Good point. Are Man United thinking like that? Can we sell Maguire is the biggest question. Of course, Maguire signed a year extension on his contract. How much are we going to get from, was he 31? How much are we going to get from Maguire? You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know. But I would have sold Maguire. I would have moved on from Maguire myself. I really would have. But they gave him a new contract. Let's see what happens in the summer. They've just given him that new contract as well. Mubarak, listen, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a blessed Eid, my friend. If we receive a good offer for Bruno, don't you think it's time to cash in? Look, as I said earlier in the show, listen, what I would say is that we need to replace Bruno before we sell Bruno. It's easy to accept an offer, but all that money, because of FFP and because of PSR, we won't be getting the full amount of that money. So we need to really keep Bruno until he's replaced. Selling Bruno right now, look, I'm not saying if in the summer, let's see what happens in the summer, but selling Bruno is very, very risky at the moment in regards to who else is going to step up for Man United. Who's going to step up for Man United? We sell Bruno right now. Who's going to step up? Who do you think is going to step up, for United? And we have to look at this. There is no one who's going to step up. And Brent, and that is the thing. So I think until Bruno is replaced, I don't think we should be selling him yet. Dark Road, is the communicating tactics and podcasts and interviews used by Ratcliffe also part of his strategy to come out as an owner who gives information to his fans? I mean, he's only done it a couple of times, Dark Road. He gives a lot of wrong information, lots of lies, lots of manipulation. And anyone who knows body language and stuff like I do knows he's lying. And he's not really interested in Man United. He's interested in business. And that is it. And this business still extends to the Glazers. So he is doing business with the Glazers. He loves the Glazers. And to be honest with you, he doesn't love the fans. I will tell you that right now. He doesn't give two hoots about me, you, and the fans around the world. I guarantee it. Hi, Sal. How you doing, mate? Good to see you, United F fan F345. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Qatar had it covered. All red generation of their government interferes in their proposal. We missed the Qatar fight. God, I hate it to know what we could have. I mean, if we had Qatar, Asif, it would have been a lot better. And those people who've been watching too many Disney cartoons know that Man United, they've made a mistake by backing Jim Ratcliffe, and those people, who just the narrative in regards to Islamophobia and everything like that is really disgusting. What I'm seeing online and stuff like that is basically. And I'm seeing a lot of it these days, and it is disgusting the direction that we're going in, which is creating hate for a section of people. Even though there's something really much more sinister going on from another section of people in the Middle East. And, I would say that. And the reason that these people didn't want Qatar is simply because of they are different to what they are. They dress the same. They don't drink, and things like that. All these little things. Just like the virtue signaling that we saw in the Qatar World Cup. When it became more of a, the BBC and ITV definitely destroyed the World Cup, and for the viewers, of course. And, it was a beautiful World Cup, thankfully, and, the hatred that goes on really is disgusting. And this is why they wanted Ineos, and we're going to reap what we sow. We're going to reap what we sow. And, you're going to see Jim Ratcliffe, fall flat on his face. That is my prediction. Big up, Bazar. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. Good to see you. Ruben already said he's not going anywhere. Yeah, he loves him. Big up, Darren, my friend. Big up, mate. Hope you're doing well. The worry is United is Qatar are buying Spurs now. That should set off the alarm bells at United. Spurs with the money would spark trouble. Spurs with the money and the stadium already together, Mac. And if Qatar take charge of Spurs, we're going further down, mate. We're going further down the ranking order, and they're going to see that. And we can have the Jim Ratcliffes and all that. Do you know what I mean? All these Jim Ratcliffe supporters have gone fairly quiet, haven't they? I would like them to come out and own it, to be honest with you, because to be honest with you, I was never pro Jim Ratcliffe. At the end of the day, and if Qatar take charge of Tottenham, they're gonna spend money on Tottenham. They're gonna, they don't even need to spend money on the stadium, and Tottenham have less debt than us. And you know what? At the end of the day, and they'll probably turn Tottenham into Champions League team. So there you go, and you will see that with your own eyes, and people will start to say, "Oh well, if only we had Qatar," and it will be exposed. Sal, will you take 90 million for Bruno if Real Madrid that much? Personally, I will make the deal and invest it in good players over Bruno. He is, to be fair, what I would say, Asif, if we are going to accept 90 million, I'll accept 90 million in the summer and move on. But the problem is what we have with that, Asif, is all the money going to go towards transfers? Will it go towards the PSR and the FFP? Will we get all the funds? That is the problem that we're having at the moment. And if we do get 90 million, it'd be good for Man United, because Man United can bring in Cherky from Lyon, of course, players like that. Younger players, fresher players. They can. And there are players out there. And if I was to play devil's advocate, if I was to tell you rightly, if someone offered me 90 million right now for Bruno, I would probably take it. He's 29, 30. I would probably take it, because I think Man United do need to move on, but only if it's 90 million, and only if 90 million went towards the transfers, and we can fix our squad and make our squad a lot better. Of course, United, mate. Sal, what do you think of affect our squad more on a better note, Trincao or Gyokeres? Gyokeres, mate. Gyokeres, because we need goals. The most important thing that we're missing at the moment is goals. And I feel like we need a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net. And I think that we got Ahmed, we got Garnacho, we got Xerxes, we got Bruno who can play in those positions. So I think that, I would go Gyokeres. Absolutely. But I would love both of them. We signed both of those players. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Asif, what I like most about this channel is you don't act as being racist and discriminating against religions. You are a legend for that reason. So I love you, mate. Love you too, Asif. Thank you so much, mate. Look, I come from a mixed race family, right? I come from a very a broad perspective, you know. And my mum is white. My dad is a Muslim. I've got German, Jewish ancestry as well. I've got Brazilian. I've got things like that. So I come from a generation of different cultures. I'm like the United Nations, basically. Do you know what I mean? But what I would say is that I'm a Muslim, and I don't. But I'm also humanitarian, and I know hatred when I see it, and I hate hatred, and I hate bigotry, I hate racism, and I hate all these things that go on. I hate genocide. I hate all that stuff. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, it didn't take a rocket science to understand that what is going on in the Middle East and what is going on in regards to the Qatar takeover. The Qatar takeover, we all know that the people who were against it for sinister reasons, not for footballing reasons. It was not for footballing reasons. And they're basically they're lying, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. It's because they don't look like them. They follow a different religion to them and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And what I would say is that it's disgusting what I'm seeing at the moment, and it breaks my heart, to be honest. That, I mean, especially these days, especially with Donald Trump and obviously Elon Musk, we're seeing a lot of hatred, and I don't like this hatred, to be honest with you. I don't like this division. I think this is a satanic plot against Muslims, and I will always fight that cause. And I always will fight for the human being as well. That's what I would do. And I will use my platform to promote these things. You know what I mean? I won't sugarcoat things. I won't ignore things. Do you know what I mean? Because these things are important to me. And you know what? I think about them every single day. But this is how it is at the end of the day, guys. And thank you so much, Asif, for that very nice comment. Asif, Victor is going to Arsenal. Athletic was telling. Let's wait and see. Athletic have not always been right, GK. How about Cunha as the 10 and Costillas as the striker? If Costillas isn't ready, we can move to Cunha to the striker position short term. It's a good point, Matt. Obviously, Costillas wouldn't cost that much money either. Of Olympiacos, he wouldn't cost that much money either. Cunha, I'm a little bit concerned. We spoke yesterday. Those who tuned in yesterday for the Ben Jacobs interview, we're a little bit concerned about the mentality of Cunha. Is Cunha's attitude good enough for Man United? He seems like a bit of a rogue. You know, if you ask me, and he seems like a bit of a. Is he going to fit Ruben Amorim's system in regards to personality? Obviously, we know that Ruben Amorim is very big on personality. You know, I would prefer to get Trincao in there. It cost about as much as Cunha, and I would prefer to get him in instead, if you ask me. Of course, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Absolute legends. You are all legends. Thank you so much. Please don't forget, I've got the watch along tonight. No chatterbox, but I've got the watch along tonight between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. Don't forget to tune in for that. It'd be great to have you on board, and we can go through the nerves together and suffer together as a community. Of course, Asif, winning the Europa League, we'll get 80 million if I'm right. Yeah, 90 million, mate. Sales of Rashford. And we also get, if we win the Europa League, we also get 30 million for the Europa League win, and we get 90 million for Champions League qualification. Sales of Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, Luke, Casemiro, Eriksen, Maguire, hopefully. Eriksen free transfer, Lindelof free transfer as well. We will basically give us a cushion to turn to Peter. But they will never tell you that, Asif. Ineos won't tell you that, will they? They won't tell you that in regards to money coming in. They won't tell you that they're going to, even if Man United come 10th, they get 40 odd million for finishing 10th. They won't tell you the money coming in. They'll tell you the money coming out because they don't want anyone thinking that we have money, so they don't have to spend it, so it goes into their back pocket. That is what it is at the end of the day. Sinister, greedy lot, of course, guys. In my opinion, Ineos have a lot of proving to do in the summer. They are on fraud watch, and we shouldn't give them easy ride. We should give them exactly the same punishment as we give the Glazers, and we have to push it as well on them as well, because they slept with the Glazers, of course. Sal, how can dumb politicians, Modi and Trump, successfully fool people with their talkings? Because people don't do their research, Matata. People don't look into things. People don't understand who's running the world. Once they understand who's running the world, once they understand where these things come from, then they will understand what goes on in this world. Once they start once they start studying and researching, they would understand that, you know what, it isn't these politicians who run the world. They're run by a higher power, and that higher power is extremely influential. There's a higher being there. There are sinister things going on, and they don't worship God. That is absolutely, well, they worship a God, but it's definitely not the God we worship, of course, guys. And to be honest with you, I would say that, you know what, they're just there to basically shut down a religion, and that's what they're here to do, and alienate people who are Muslim or Islamic and stuff like that, which is sad. And I pray for peace. I always do. But what I would say is that, you know, these people on Twitter, on social media and stuff like that, the racism I'm seeing, the disgusting bigotry that I'm seeing, it makes me sick that some of them come from the country I come from, which is England. It does make me sick when I see it. I thought we're over on those days. But rest assured, Indians, Hindus, Sikhs, anyone who supports these people, anyone who supports genocide, rest assured, if there were no Muslims left in this world, you'll be next. The Hindus will be next. The Sikhs will be next. You'll be next. So don't worry about that. Racism will be racism, guys. That's what I would say. Absolutely. Cunha is basically another form of a virus. Absolutely. His personality is a problem. It's good, guys. Hope we get him. Great player. Big up, Kevin. How you been, Kevin? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Yeah, great player. I would love him at the club, of course. Big up, Matata. Big up, my friend. Big up, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back for the watch along. No chat box today. Straight to the watch along. You don't want to see too much of me. You might get bored of me, guys. Have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And you know what? Keep it real, man. Keep it peace. Take it easy, guys. This is Breaking Dawn. See you later for the Man United against Nottingham Forest game. Can't wait for it. Bring it on. Take it easy. Peace.